Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing for you guys this foundation from Armani. It is the Neo Nude foundation. I'm going to give you guys swatches, comparisons. We're going to do the demo, a wear test, of course. It's not our first impressions because I've been using this for about 2 weeks, trying it out to see how I was going to like it. But I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it at the end of the video, of course. I also thank you guys for all the love and support on my last video. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you all. So with that being said, let's just jump right into the video. Alrighty, you guys, so let's jump right into it. Here's the foundation. I'm just gonna read the notes that I wrote down before we get into the application. So it retails for $40. It comes in 24 shades. I got shade 8.75 because it's the same shade, where is it, that I use for the Luminous Silk. The shade for the Luminous Silk is a little bit more neutral, but it works. And this one looks a little bit more golden. Like I said, I've tried this before. It's not a first impressions, but I want you guys to see the application before I tell you guys what I feel about the foundation. It claims to be a natural finish. It has a light coverage. It's good for all skin types. It's supposed to be ultra lightweight, buildable coverage. It has a healthy glow. It's hydrating. It's a skincare infused foundation because it has hyaluronic acid and glycerin, which I will get into later on in the video. And basically it's kind of like a no makeup type of foundation. So I already kind of like prepped my skin. The only thing that I have on right now is the Rose Deep Hydration Oil Infused Serum by Fresh. This is fire. I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize real quick with the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. This bad boy, you guys recommended this to me like all the time. I mean, I always wanted to try it, but it's just so expensive. However, it's definitely worth it. I'm also going to be using the Moisture Infusion Prep and Prime by MAC. This has been like my go-to lately just because it's super hydrating. I used to like use this all the time back in the day when I used to work for MAC. And I stopped using it. Don't know why, because it's so fire to me. Especially right now, my skin's been a little bit more on the dry side. So it really makes the foundation kind of like going so seamlessly and smooth. I completely forgot, I actually want to swatch both of these so you guys can see the difference between the two, because I know a lot of you guys say that you're very close to my skin tone, or you guys have similar skin tone to mine. So I'm going to swatch the 8.75 Luminous Silk here. I don't know if you guys can see, so that's it right there. And I'm also going to swatch the Neo Nude foundation. Let me just shake it up. I don't know if you guys can tell, this one's more golden. This one has a little bit more of that neutral undertone. So this one, it's not that it doesn't work, because it does work. It's just that it can kind of look a little bit kind of like red sometimes. This just looks better in my opinion. Both of them work, but I do like how this one's a little bit more golden. All right, so before I get started, I'm gonna use the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. This thing is so dewy, I can't even. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply the foundation. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand first. About that much, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna use this brush right here from Sephora. This is the number 88. I'm going to be using a sponge right after, so this is the Pop Out Blender from Miss A. I didn't color correct because I want you guys to see the true shade and the true coverage of the foundation. Alrighty, you guys, so this is what the foundation looks like. Basically, I would say I use 2 pumps, about 2 pumps or so of the foundation. Maybe 2.5, yeah, like 2.5. It's still very natural. You can still see my skin through the foundation. Like, I still see a little bit of darkness around my mouth due to hyperpigmentation, a little bit of the dark spots that I have here due to scarring. But other than that, it looks smooth, flawless. It looks glowy, healthy. So for concealer, I'm going to be using Power Fabric, also by Armani, in the shade 7.75. This is currently like my favorite concealer right now. just because of how natural it is while still giving great coverage. I love the shade. It does not crease on me like most concealers do. It's just a very nice formula. You see how it's blended super seamlessly, very quick, and it's not thick. It's just so fire. I love this concealer. So if you know, you know. Airbrush Powder by Charlotte Tilbury, #2 favorite of all time, with the Real Techniques setting brush. Alright, so for a little bit of glow, I'm going to be using the Laura Geller. This is the Easy Illuminating Stick in the shade Gilded Honey. I love this stuff. Super golden. And I'm just going to apply it on the back of my hand. That's what that looks like. And then with the sponge I was using earlier, just going to apply this on the highest points you guys see. A little bit right here. So for blush, I'm going to be using a cream blush. This is the MAC That's Peachy Glow Plate Blush. I love this stuff with my MAC 187. Now, because this is more of a cream formula, I want to apply before I set my makeup with a powder, just to prevent cakey looking skin. It might look a little intense, but once I set it, it'll like tone down, even though I do like this look. So now we can go ahead and set the makeup. I'm going to use my MAC 129 brush. This is the Bobbi Brown Skin Weightless Powder Foundation in the shade Golden 6. This is my favorite powder foundation, or just powder to set my makeup with. It is super lightweight. I can cake this on and layer and layer it, and it never looks heavy or full coverage. It is beautiful. I just like press it into the skin. I don't buff it. I don't want to move my foundation around. And like I said, it's super lightweight, great for dry skin types. Any skin type overall, but I'm just saying, if you have dry skin and you are having trouble finding a powder that's not overly matte or drying, highly recommend this. Once I have that, I've been loving, like I'm obsessed with this powder by Hourglass. This is the lighting powder, Radiant Light in the shade, Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Radiant Light. I'm just going to use this large powder brush from Real Techniques. This powder has a subtle like glow to it, so if you like a super matte look, don't get this. I know it looks lighter than my skin tone, but that's not what it's for. It has zero coverage. It just gives such a nice glow to the skin. I'm just gonna, let me put it on the back of my hand, because like you guys are not even gonna see any like coverage. It's just, I don't know, it's right there. It's like the glow that it gives. You guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. It's just a glow. It's not coverage. It's not drying. It's such a beautiful powder. Like, I am obsessed. And you can use this to set your makeup with, or just to add that healthy glow from within. This has changed my makeup application like in so many different ways. I love it. So I don't know if you guys can see, like there's a glow coming through the foundation, but my skin still looks smooth. Like I'm just obsessed. So we're gonna warm up and bronze our skin with this 140 brush from MAC and the Charlotte Tilbury that I reviewed in my last video in the shade #3. You guys, this is the best bronzer I ever purchased, hands down. It is just stunning. Okay, like the formula, it is, I just can't. So just gonna go in. So before I continue, I'm gonna go in again with the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. So now as a highlight and also kind of like as a blush topper, I'm going to be using this Georgia Peach blush by, it's not called Georgia Peach, it's just called Georgia, and it is a blush by Benefit. I'm going to be using my MAC 137. This is kind of just very peachy and golden. I'm just gonna do my eyes real quick. I'm gonna grab this palette here that I made myself. This is from Makeup Forever. These are the older shadows, but you can still find them. They just come in like a squarish type of pan now, not circular. I'm gonna use this shade right here. It's called Apricot, and this is just the Morphe M510. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Now, I'm going to use this Bobbi Brown. This is kind of like a cream shadow. It's called Golden Pink. This is the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. And then I'm just going to apply this on the back of my hand. And that's what that looks like. And then just with my finger, I'm just going to pretty much apply this all over my lid. I'm gonna grab the same blush I grabbed earlier from Benefit with the MAC 24. I already did that on this eye, and I'm just pretty much gonna use that on top of the cream shadow I used from Bobbi Brown. Just gonna kind of like blend everything together. Alrighty, you guys, I already applied mascara. I used the Fenty Full Frontal. I didn't do it on camera just to speed up the process. I'm gonna line my lips with MAC Cork. Alrighty, you guys, for lipstick I use the KKW in the shade 90s Glam, and then for gloss I use the Too Faced. This is the Jordan Woods, the Butterfly, Social Butterfly, yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my makeup real quick with the Urban All Nighter. Alrighty, my love, so here's the final look. Glowy skin, just fresh, healthy. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in for you guys so you guys can see how the foundation looks up close. So far, like I said, the application went on super seamlessly, very smooth. It's very hydrating, natural, just perfect for every day in my opinion. But I'm gonna keep the rest of my thoughts till the end of the video. It is currently 10 a.m., 10:36 a.m. So I'll be back in about 3 hours or so you guys can see how the foundation held up. And I'm gonna go eat. I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I'm back for the first check-in. It is currently 1:39 p.m. So it's been about 3 hours or so. Hold on. Yeah, about 3 hours and a half or so. No, 3 hours since I applied the foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see up close. My lipstick came off just a little bit. I was eating some Panda Express. So let's talk about how the foundation is looking so far. Let me grab a mirror. So real quick, I do have dry dehydrated. I have dry combo dehydrated skin. So the only area I get oily is in my T-zone. Everywhere else I'm very dry and very dehydrated. So it is starting to get a little bit glowy in this area, of course, due to all of the primers and the moisturizers I applied, the Tatcha mist, of course, the powder from Hourglass is very glowy. I like this type of look. I know a lot of people don't. They feel like it looks like greasy and oily, but that's your preference. This is more of what I prefer my skin to look like, because I can always blot if I need to. But yeah, so far I would say around my nose area is where I'm getting a bit shiny and very just kind of dewy. But everywhere else I feel like it still looks very fresh and healthy. I'm looking very glowy, okay, that's the word. Of course the lights are bright, so they're intensifying the glow I feel. But overall, like, I don't really see creasing around my mouth area. Usually that's where I tend to crease a lot, and around my nostrils too. But no, it looks still very, very good for such a sheer hydrating type of foundation. So I'm going to go and, I don't know, just lay down for a little bit. I got my period. I'm starting to get a little cramps. I'm not feeling it, so I'll be back in a couple of hours for the final check-in and for my overall thoughts on the foundation. Alrighty, my loves, so it's been pretty much 8 hours or so since I applied the foundation. It is like 5 something. I actually let the foundation on for longer than I was expecting, because if you guys know me, I don't really wear foundations longer than 6 to 7 hours. It's been almost 9 or so. I would say 8.5 or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in for you guys so you guys can see how the foundation looks up close. Let's take a look. I'm gonna grab the mirror right here real quick. So of course my T-zone is beaming, it's glowy. As most of you would say, it's greasy, oily. That's not how I see it, but whatever. It's glowing, okay? But everything else still looks very intact, very fresh still, in my opinion. I've tried out the foundations that by this time would already be caking, would be already separating, creasing on my smile lines really, really badly, and it looks still very, very fresh. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab my Charlotte Tilbury powder real quick, and I'm just gonna use this brush just to kind of like blot, just to see how the foundation will look if I were to touch up. I haven't touched up at all since I applied the foundation. So see, it looks brand new in my opinion. There we go, we're back to normal. So of course, due to the fact that I applied so many moisturizers and like glowy type of products, obviously it intensified the glow to the overall look of the foundation. And obviously it is a hydrating foundation. So let's get into my thoughts on it. In terms of the finish, it claims to have a natural finish, and I agree, but it does have a glow to it as well. So with that being said, if you have dry, dehydrated, normal combo skin, it will work fine. But if you have very oily skin, I'm not saying you can't wear it, but definitely prep and set your skin really well, because you will look greasy by the end of the day. I'm just saying, this is more so for those of you who like a glow and who don't mind a little bit of shine throughout the day, or don't mind blotting throughout the day. In terms of, let's see, what else, it claimed to be ultra lightweight, hydrating, what else, breathable texture. Agree, it is super lightweight, it's very skin-like. Like I can still see my skin through the foundation, like right here, like I mentioned earlier, like little like discoloration spots. It is very skin-like, which I love, because I don't like full coverage. I like more of a product that's gonna even out my skin. If I want coverage, I can always use a concealer, or I can always add more if I need to build it up. But I just think it's a very lightweight foundation that a lot of people are going to like, especially for, like, you know, the summertime, even for winter. I just feel like the formula, it is gorgeous. Now this claims to be a skincare infused foundation because it has hyaluronic acid and glycerin. So this is the issue that I have. I was reading in the ingredient list on the website for Armani and also Sephora, and it says that it has alcohol. So for this to be hydrating and for it to have hyaluronic acid but also alcohol, it kind of like contradicts itself. That's my only con with this foundation, is why is there alcohol in this? I know there's plenty of other makeup products that have alcohol, but I try to stay away from them. It's not really like a big issue, but I'm just saying, if that bothers you, just keep that in mind. It does have alcohol, and in terms of the hyaluronic acid, it's not at the top of the list. It's more of the bottom, so you're not really getting a lot. So when they say skincare infused, not really, not really. But other than that, I think it's beautiful. I love the packaging. It's practical. It's very travel friendly. Even though this type of packaging, it's so luxurious and high end, it's very easy to break. It's just very messy. This is more convenient in my opinion. Now I do want to compare this to this. I love this one. This is one of the best high-end foundations that I have in my collection. However, with this, you're getting more coverage than this one, but you're getting more of a glow and more hydration with this one. And this is more natural. This is a little bit more buildable. This has more like a medium buildable coverage, not quite full, but it covers way more than this one. And like I said, this is more dewy, more hydrating. So if you're looking for a more natural version of this one, then I think you will love this. They're both beautiful. I recommend both. I know some of you are gonna ask me which one I prefer out of the two, and definitely I have to say this is the better one for me because of the glow. This one has a subtle glow, but this one takes it to a whole nother level. Like, I love this one. Now this reminded me a lot of the NARS tinted moisturizer, which I love. I'm out of it. I have to purchase a new one, but to me this is the same exact product. Both are glowy, very hydrating, very natural. The coverage is very sheer, like they're very similar. I love everything about this foundation. Like I said, the only thing that bothers me is the fact that there's alcohol. Other than that, I love the finish, the formula. Obviously, it wore beautifully, and for it to be a hydrating sheer type of foundation, I feel like it lasted really well. I don't know what else to say. Like, I really recommend this. Definitely check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am tired. I want to go wash this off, and I'm about to go edit this video so I can post it as soon as possible. Please follow me on Instagram. Check the description box below for all the product information. Once again, thank you guys for all of your love and support. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments area, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, beauties.